We have ComfyUI successfully running after the steps in the previous series of videos, migrating from Windows to Linux, installing the prerequisites, installing ComfyUI on a basic level. Next, today, we will look at the next step, which is always first to install ComfyUI-Manager. The first step will be to pull up the GitHub page for ComfyUI-Manager. We will be cloning with Git this repository into the ComfyUI custom nodes directory. Get the custom nodes directory open in your terminal command line. We will use git clone command with the link from the Git page for ComfyUI-Manager. After this, we will be able to use the ComfyUI-Manager to install nodes in most cases, avoiding this process. After we have the ComfyUI-Manager Git cloned, we will go into the new directory that it made for it, and we need to install the requirements.txt. But first, make sure we activate our Conda environment. We have already looked at how to install and use Conda. We have an environment in that case that we are managing ourselves. So put your Conda activate and the name of your environment. Mine is ComfyUI main. And we can proceed to pip install -r the requirements.txt file. And we need to restart Comfy. So I'm stopping the server, closing it out completely, reopening terminal, reactivate the environment by pressing up and enter to reselect it without having to type it. And then we can go to the Comfy directory to run the main.py file. Python-m main will run the main.py file. And this is how you start Comfy each time. At this point, we can look at Comfy, refresh the page. You can see we now have the Manager button on our ComfyUI install. This is where you'll access all of the functions of the ComfyUI-Manager, like, most importantly, installing custom nodes with the Custom Node Manager. There are 1,667 custom nodes currently in the repository for ComfyUI. If you install or open a workflow and there are missing nodes, it will attempt to detect these nodes in the repository in the missing category, allowing you to easily install the dependencies for a workflow if the nodes are in the repository and detected and able to be downloaded and installed successfully. There are other functions unlocked when you have installed the ComfyUI-Manager. You can update ComfyUI and the packages. You can use the Model Manager to download models without having to manually move them to the ComfyUI Models folder and know which directory the model goes in. You can use this tool and get basic models. If you want anything more advanced, like a crazy merge model, you'll have to go to the Civet AI or whatever resource has that crazy merge model that you want to run. This has just basic standard models. That's more useful to have the standard basic models because it's actually harder to find the first official standard source rather than someone's fork that's someone just random on Hugging Face that isn't the official source. Finding, crazy models is a matter of just pulling up Civet AI and finding what you want to experiment with and get artistic with. You're only going to get so far with the base models before you want to expand, no matter if it's SD 1.5 or it's SDXL. You have a wide range of choices of models. For instance, Albedo Base XL is a merge model, and this guy has like a build framework system in place to merge models and low range adaptation models into his Albedo Base merge model. As I had seen the screenshots of that system he has, and it's just like, wow, because he has like over 100 models merged together into this one SDXL model. So I recommend checking that out. There are others for SD 1.5 and others for SDXL. Newer models like Flux or SD 3.5 are harder to train for right now. There are less tools, we've had less time, and they require more processing power. So you can use this, for instance, to download something like the real ESRGAN upscaler models. Why not click that now? I use the X2 two times upscaling currently. I'll get the real ESRGAN 4X as well because it's so easy with this model manager. What else can we grab? Let's see, base. So on this filter, we can search for base and we'll do clip. And we see there's clip L. What I would like is clip L and clip G. I'm not sure why there is no clip G. So let's put in clip to this. This is why I still manually place my models usually. I don't always use the model manager. I like to manually place them. But if you can't find it, if you don't want to waste time, like today, I have the upscaling models I need to run my upscaling workflow, as you can see in the video I made about my control net upscaler workflow, where I make a control net workflow from scratch, starting with a brand new workflow. Uh, the last thing I want to mention here is the sharing feature. I want to reference my video about ComfyWorkflows.com. I'm having trouble accessing it properly, and I'm wondering if Comfy Workflows is working for you. This has workflow galleries where you can open up these links to different sites with workflows, and you can have a share selection. I haven't tried these firsthand, but these are an additional feature of ComfyUI-Manager, which we have just installed. Hope this was of some help. Thanks. It's been Alien Machine AI.